All right, on this leg of our journey from Oakland, California, all the way down to Tulum, Mexico, we stop in the small Pueblo Mágico of Sayulita before moving on to the bigger city of Guadalajara. Sayulita is located on Mexico's Pacific coastline, about 30 miles away from the more popular Puerto Vallarta. We were anxious to hurry up and get off the road and into our Airbnb at Sayulita, but make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video. As requested, I will be giving you guys a couple of the items that we brought along on this road trip that made us feel a little bit more comfortable and at home while we traveled through the country of Mexico. All right, Sayulita, we have arrived. So we just checked into our Airbnb, super dope, cute little hacienda, casacita, open concept joint. So we get to look up into these beautiful blue skies, couple bedrooms, bathroom, you know the rest, living situation. What I like about this place is it's all open concept, so no doors anywhere. We haven't seen one mosquito in this whole place, so just looking like it's gonna be relaxing 3 days. I think we're in Sayulita for about 3 days. I've been reading all the blogs, all the Pinterest posts about the area, and it seems like a super quaint, relaxing, kind of vibey, hippie kind of area. My first time here, Scoots was here, I think, about 10 to 12 years ago, so it's been a little minute since Scoots has seen the place too. So we're both really excited to check out Sayulita, Mexico. We're still on our road trip to Tulum. It's crazy. We've been to Hermosillo, we've been to Los Mochis, we've been to Mazatlan. In Sayulita, this is like our 4th or 5th stop. Road trip to Tulum, Sayulita, Mexico. Sayulita is backed up by the Sierra Madre Mountains and home to the Huichol Indians, who are native to this part of Mexico. A dope thing about the Huichol people are still one of the last remaining authentic cultures in the Western Hemisphere, so that's mind-blowing in itself. And they still have villages and small communities all through this area. It was cool to see that their artwork was really represented in the town of Sayulita. So on our way to El Centro, as you can see, all of the roads are still cobblestoned. Something about cobblestone just gives the city a whole vibe. I don't know, it makes me think of horseback riding on a carriage, leather-bound books, mahogany. Definitely adds to the whole feng shui, if you will. It never ceases to amaze me when a kid that's like clearly 7.5, 8 years old flies by you on a motorized vehicle of any sort, a motorcycle, moped, a 3-wheeler, golf cart. So, a little trick for if you don't eat a lot of Mexican food. The way to tell a Mexican cuisine is good or not is by the sauces. One, by the array. Do they have different types of sauces? Do they have sauces that look like they just ground it up in the back with a mallet? Check, check, and check. I'm not sure how spicy. Got some sauteed onions right here. That's Mando. You got your salsa with the tomatoes, fresh onions, and then you got the fundito, we'll call it, Scoots. And some tortas, some blue tortilla, tortas. Gracias. All right, let's check the salsa. I'm going for the spiciest looking one first. Has the most little kernels, little seeds in there. Kind of a smoky chipotle vibe to it. Pretty good. All right, second one. Oh, that's spicy. That's good. All right, the salsa gets a thumbs up for sure. All right, the number one mode of transportation while you're here in Sayulita, definitely the go-kart. Coming in different models, we have the regular version here with the standard 4x4 traction. Then we have the off-road version for all you adventurous types. Mwah. All right, so we rented this little golf cart to scoot around the little town area. Scoot, not to be confused with actual Scoots. It's right there. This thing only goes about 10 miles per hour, but I keep it clean and I make sure that I hit the corners in such a way that it feels like I'm off-roading a little bit. We rode around for a little minute just to kind of get our bearings and get the lay of the land, and then hit up Los Muertos Beach, which was highly recommended to us by some locals. The unique thing about this beach is, fitting to the name, they actually have a cemetery that's kind of like right off the beach, so that was kind of cool. Spent the day just relaxing, chilling at the beach, enjoying what was our first beach day on our road trip through Mexico. All right, small problem. We may or may not make it back to the house or Airbnb because our battery is literally on like the last sale. I'm not sure what that means for mileage or kilometers. I'm not really trying to leave this go-kart somewhere stranded and have to walk back to the house. Just not trying to have that happen. But it really might happen to the point. All right, so here we are, and just as we said, we got stuck halfway up the hill. The cool part about it is that's where we stay right there. This is the casa. This is where we are. This is the casa. This is where we are. We literally just ran out of battery juice 12.5 steps away from the casa on the golf cart. Come on, Scoots, you got it. The G-Wagon made it up the hill. Scoots was able to get it up after I got my big ass off. She was able to get up the hill, so we got it plugged in. We not riding that shit again tonight though. We definitely want to go back for dinner tonight into town. But I'm thinking the ratio of us getting stuck on that hill again at some point with it not being fully charged and me having to push it up the hill is too high. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one alone. Hella fun though, the little mob around on the little, throughout these little streets on that go-kart though. That's definitely a little bad. All right, reminder to self, never get an open concept Airbnb in Mexico. Otherwise, you may or may not wake up to a bat. It's Batman. All right, I'm out of here. What do we gotta call? Animal Protective Services, the police, federales. Who deals with situations like this in Mexico? I need to call somebody. Berlin, get the bat. For God's sakes, man, get the bat. Never dealt with a bat problem before. Rats, yes. Bats, no. Can't be worse than a rat, though. Sayulita is one of Mexico's many Pueblo Magicos, which basically just means that the city or town holds some cultural importance to the country of Mexico. We hit up El Centro, which is a hub of any Mexican city. Locals all meet there. There tends to be a lot of different restaurants. So we checked out, got some food, went into a couple art galleries, and started taking the vibe, which is Sayulita. Definitely good looking out for everybody watching so far. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are traveling all the way through the country of Mexico to Tulum. If you want to see us hit up any specific cities or states for that matter in Mexico, make sure to drop them down there below in the comments. So traditional dinner here in Mexico starts with, and sometimes ends with, ceviche. Some of the best ceviche I've had all week. I haven't actually had, gracias amigo. I haven't actually had this particular restaurant. I think it's Captain Pedro's. So looking forward to jumping into this bad boy. It's not complete.
3 days later.
All right, like day 6, 7 in Sayulita, I have been totally down with a stomach flu, stomach bug. I'm not really quite sure what happened to me. About 12 hours after I was swimming in the ocean on like our 3rd or 4th day, I kind of just woke up and it was coming out of all ends. So I've been kind of down, just chilling in my room, trying to regain strength. Just started really eating solid foods today, so I'm feeling about 75–80% better. Wanted to show you guys the new casa, the new Airbnb that we have. Nice dual level, kind of open space, kitchen area, bathroom area. Scoots has been staying on the 2nd floor. I've been quarantined down here in my little room here. Got the dogs enjoying the AC. But yeah, so like one of our last days here in Sayulita, I did get to explore a lot of the city. I did get to kind of walk through. It's kind of a small ass city, so there's not much to see. Kind of small fisherman village vibes, 420 friendly. But this is the view from the balcony at the Airbnb. So I was able to do a few things, eat a few of the suggested restaurants. Definitely some of the best ceviche that I've had on this trip in Mexico, and definitely some of the best micheladas for sure. Every place has really on point micheladas. And the only thing I didn't really get to do while I was here was I was gonna take surf lessons. Never surfed before in my life, so I was kind of excited to do that. But I just, like I said, I've been feeling so down with this flu that I didn't even want to attempt it. And even today, feeling a little better, I still don't want to attempt surfing for the first time because I know it's pretty intensive, physically intensive. So I have to save that for next time, Sayulita. But for now, I will enjoy this view. We're gonna run around the city for about an hour or two, try to grab some food. Shout out to all the people that get sick while traveling, you know the struggle. But Sayulita has been beautiful. If you haven't visited it, it's one of the places that was never really even on the list for me. Some of the best seafood that Mexico has to offer for sure. Well, the places that I've been to in Mexico. So it's definitely a must come to. If you're into surfing, it's for sure like a little surfing village. So that's pretty much what the whole city is about. It's only right. It's like 97,000 degrees. Get some ice cream. It's already melting. Kind of like the main strip where everybody takes their Instagram photos. You can see everyone is currently Instagramming away. El Centro. And it definitely looks like it's about to rain. Now time to pack up the car once again and continue our road trip down to Tulum, Mexico. Appreciate you guys joining us on this road trip. If you guys are enjoying it so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button for your boy. You know, thumbs up, double thumbs down if you didn't like it. Either way, let's go ahead and stimulate that algorithm. Plus, if you guys have any information on cities that you guys think we should hit, particular dishes we should try along the way, make sure to drop them in the comment below. All right, we finally touched down in Guadalajara, the second biggest city in Mexico. It feels so good to be in the city. I mean, being a city person, you know what I'm saying, just in heart, in my soul. Being in an area which is small, more rural, beach towns, all that is dope for like 3 days, 4 days, 5 days max. Every city so far on this Mexico road trip to Tulum has been on the smaller side, you know what I'm saying, relatively small, I guess, in comparison, especially to some of the cities they have here in Mexico. So Guadalajara, we just touched down last night. It was about a 5-hour drive from Sayulita out here, so not that bad of a drive. As soon as we touched down, I mean, like, as soon as we got every piece of luggage into the casa, the Airbnb, started pouring. And I mean pouring like I never felt here in Mexico. You know, those tropical thunderstorms that you get sometimes. It will rain for like 15 minutes, but it's so hot you're not even really mad. You know what I mean? It's a whole different climate here in Guadalajara for sure. I guess the elevation is higher. I'm not sure what it is, but when we came in last night, it was maybe 65 degrees. So that was definitely a shock to the system, being in 90-degree plus weather this whole couple weeks on this journey so far. So we touched down, got unpacked, and pretty much just vegged out for the rest of the evening. Didn't do too much. This morning woke up, it was damn near still raining up until about 9 a.m. and then it broke. And as you can see now, it is beautiful out here in Guadalajara. I'm a city boy, what can I say? All right, so let me show you around the Airbnb, which is, again, we have like an exposed area, which has kind of been a theme so far for the Airbnbs that we're able to get. So you have the little patio, outside sitting area, little hammock. Got your kitchen area, and this is a super player feature, pizza oven. Old school pizza oven right here. Not sure if we're gonna make any pizzas, but it's dope that it's there nonetheless. The dogs are tired from their walk. Got a couple rooms, bathroom, and the whole building is really like a compound. So I'll show you. So we walk up this set of stairs here from the front door, which is down there, and then we come up. Artwork all throughout the house. Into the casa. All Probably talk about in a later video, just some travel hacks to make a road trip of this magnitude just a little bit more comfortable so you don't feel so out of place everywhere you go. So let me stop yapping. Another beautiful day in Guadalajara. This is our first full day here, so we're gonna get out and try to explore a little bit. The city of Guadalajara is the capital of the Jalisco state here in Mexico. Jalisco State brought us such great things as mariachi, one of my favorite things, tequila, so it was great to finally check out the city. Our Airbnb was right on one of the main roads in Guadalajara, Avenue Chapultepec. So one big benefit to the city life here in Guadalajara is our Airbnb is right across the street. We walked over here to one of the cervecerias. After grabbing a few cheap snacks, we jumped in an Uber and headed to Plaza Tapatia. We heard this is a great way to spend the afternoon, just people watching and soaking in some of the culture here in Guadalajara. All right, so we just landed here at Plaza Tapatia, one of the main squares in the historic downtown area here in Guadalajara, and it just looks massive. So over here we have a museum. So we're gonna walk through the square. Very festive Sunday. Scoots is already doing it for the gram. Still walking through the El Centro town square. Really anything you could want, from sombreros to flip-flops. I seen somebody selling sunglasses. Scoots got her some cotton candies. She's enjoying it, but what about her teeth?
Bro had a cavity.
We'll see after this big ass piece of cotton candy how you feel. No, but seriously, something for everybody. It seems like everybody got their families. Nothing but some of the best carne asada floating through the air. I'm about to try to search that out and find where I can be a part of that. I might even pick up some boots. I'm not sure. It just all depends on how I feel. Square covers over 70,000 square meters and holds several plazas within. So needless to say, we spent the afternoon walking around, enjoying some music, some street vendors. We checked out some Orzco Frescas at the Museum Cabanas. Highly suggest heading over to Plaza Tapatia if you guys are spending any time in Guadalajara. All right, so a lot of you guys that's been following the journey to Tulum on my Instagram, where_is_reem. I think that's it. Yeah, where_is_reem has been asking me about the safety factor in Mexico. Definitely the elephant in the room. I've been getting a lot of DMs basically saying we're praying for you and be careful, and I guess that's definitely a fair question. To answer honestly, I feel like Mexico is like anywhere else. There's places in my hometown in the Bay Area, in Oakland, San Francisco. There's places that I wouldn't want to be. It's places that I know I would move a certain way and kind of pay attention to the signs and kind of the vibe, the energy, if you will. I think that's the same thing when traveling. It doesn't matter where you are. Mexico is definitely no different. There are certain places where, you know, it's less desirable to be in. We stayed in some cities that, you know, we were in our Airbnb basically the whole time, and maybe jumping in the Uber to grab some food, but other than that, I wasn't like pulling out my camera and filming segments or anything like that. So just like anywhere else in the world, Mexico is safe. You can travel through Mexico. Take it from me, we've driven literally halfway through this country from Oakland, California, and right now we're in Guadalajara, so we're pretty much halfway through our journey. Haven't had one issue. The only issue that we've had was being pulled over by the federales, and basically they tried to get some money from me. They were saying that they smelled weed in the vehicle, which they probably were right, but that's neither here nor there. But they basically were trying to extort me. After a cool little conversation and basically me telling them that I work for the news, they kind of let up. So that was the only incident or situation where I felt like, okay, you know, I have to really be on my P's and Q's and play this right. That was the only situation like that. So other than that, I felt totally safe. And again, that's just the same if I was in New York City. There's probably certain areas that I wouldn't frequent at certain times of the day and night, just like this. As you can see, broad daylight in one of the neighborhoods around the plaza here. I have my GoPro out, my phone is out charging, and I'm just walking down the street, safe as could be. No worries. I feel like anywhere you go, you put out good energy, you pay attention to the signs, and you'll be okay. So to answer your question, long answer to a short question, absolutely feel safe driving through Mexico. Just as safe as I would feel anywhere else that I've never been, and you know, passing through and using my same kind of skill set and P's and Q's as I would anywhere. After a couple wrong left turns, we found ourselves in the Mercado San Juan de Dios, which is Latin America's largest indoor market. And I'm telling you, this thing was massive. Headed back to the Airbnb, we checked out some of Guadalajara's graffiti art scene. If you're in the city of Guadalajara, I highly suggest you carving out some time. They have some really great artists that do some massive pieces all over the city. And right as we made it back to our Airbnb, the salsa on Chapultepec was in full swing, literally right across the street from our Airbnb. And as you can see, it was going down. All right, so today we hopped in an Uber and headed to the small district of Tlaquepaque. Now, this actually used to be its own city until Guadalajara expanded so much that it kind of engulfed this small little town. Different vibes than the actual city of Guadalajara. It definitely has a whole colonial feel to it, cobblestone roads, very small roadways, a lot of cathedrals. We were excited to be able to connect with some of Scoot's friends who had been living in Guadalajara for the past 14 years. They were able to take us around the small little city, kind of give us a tour, if you will, some of the history. We checked out some art museums. Great to get away from the actual hustle bustle of Guadalajara and back into one of Mexico's smaller colonial towns. You'll probably buy it?
Yeah.
How much will you pay for it?
Yeah, this one could cost a lot of money. But if I had to buy one, I'd choose this one. This one looks happy.
It looks happy? Walking around all day, we had definitely worked up an appetite, so we stopped by one of Leo and Edie's favorite restaurants where we were definitely treated like friends of the family. We had some great food, great conversations. It's always great to catch up with friends in a foreign land.
Tomorrow.
All right, sad day for the trip. We are officially leaving Guadalajara. I've had a good time, man. I really like Guadalajara. Second biggest city in Mexico, full of history, full of energy, full of vibrancy, culture, colonial and native. So super dope. I never really had Guadalajara on my list, so this road trip to Tulum definitely took me to places that I probably wouldn't normally have gone, or I wouldn't say wouldn't normally have gone, but I'll say that it wasn't really top of my list per se in destinations to go to. So grateful for the experience here in Guadalajara. Next, Guanajuato. And I've heard so many things about this part of Mexico. I've seen so many beautiful pictures. So really excited to get to Guanajuato, a little smaller city vibe in here in Guadalajara. Everything packed. Merlin's eating a little bit of grass, just a little snack before he leaves. Monster hasn't been feeling great. He's been throwing up. Monster, you feeling better?
But why?
Oh, yeah, because he got in the trash. You got in the trash, didn't you, Monsty? Monsty. He's deaf. But we got everything packed. Once again, we are about to hit the road. Appreciate you guys watching the video all the way to the end. As always, make sure you drop a thumbs up if you guys are liking what you see. We still have many more adventures to go on the road trip down to Tulum, so hit that subscribe button if you want to get notified when I drop this next video. As promised, I want to leave you guys 3 of the things that we found most helpful on this road trip so far. So 3 things that you guys can use on your road trips that will keep you comfortable on the road and feeling a little bit more safe and secure as you travel to your destination. So I'll go ahead and type those on the screen. Any item I mentioned, I'll leave a link for it below so you can check it out for yourself. Hope you guys found this information useful. Make sure to check us out on the next episode as we touch down in Guanajuato, Mexico. Peace.